Hello and welcome back. This is part 2 of considering motivation for this year. It's so easy on January the 1st to go, right, new year, new me, I'm going to do all these things. But I tell you what, it is completely normal to very early on into January either forget about what you're working on, go back on your word, give up when things get hard. I'm not saying this to call you out. I'm saying all of these things happen to me and I have experienced them all. So I want to bring that side to the table. But I also want to give you some tools that you can use, almost like you're going to kind of supercharge yourself and say, right, maybe I just need to think about this in a different way. Because ultimately, whatever it is that you're working on for this year, if it is something brand new or it's a new version of what you've previously done, it's going to require a different version of you. Now, this doesn't have to be like, oh my goodness, like she looks so different. She's cut her hair, she dresses differently, she's moved to the other side of the planet. Like, it doesn't have to be a big life change in that. But when I'm saying this, it's about thinking differently. It's about considering what's possible. It's being open to new ways of doing things and being willing and giving yourself permission to totally and utterly knock your own socks off. So the third thing I want to share, and if you haven't watched part 1, do go back because this will all make a lot more sense if you've seen part 1. But one of the things that has really helped me keep on track is to turn down, and I often think about my brain as like a sound desk. It's about almost feeling, and again, this is not like going, okay, I'm not even feeling or hearing that, forget about it, because I don't think that's good either, like just pushing your feelings away. But it's almost like if you were going into an important client meeting and you'd had a rotten journey on the way. You know that in order to ace that client meeting, you need to turn down the volume of that journey that you've just had because it's not interesting to you, it's not interesting to the client, and in fact, it's getting in the way of all the other things. So I've really taught myself to say, I know it's easy to talk about that bus journey and how they changed drivers and then it broke down and then you didn't get a seat. But actually, let's just turn that down. Let's come into the present moment and think about where we're going next. And when you begin a new habit or you're stretching yourself in a different kind of way, the voices, the thoughts, the feelings, the beliefs can sometimes be really noisy in your head that they almost block out anything else. So it might be, oh, I'm so tired today. Do I really have to do it today? Maybe I could skip a day. I don't even see if I'm making progress. Like all of that stuff. And now what I've learned to do is slowly just turn it down. And you don't have to turn it down and shut it up completely. Just turn it down a little bit so I can hear the other stuff. And the thing that I want to focus on is, how am I going to feel if I do it? How am I going to feel if I do what I say I'm going to do? How am I going to feel if I remain on track and move through that noise? And I tell you what, that has been so powerful because it's almost as you would go through your email box of like, you know, you might be checking your email when you're out and about and you're not technically working. And you might have a bit of a glance of like, okay, that's important. I need to reply to that. Yeah, that's a yes, no answer. These other things, these newsletter subscriptions, whatever they are, they don't need my attention right now. And so what you can do with your thoughts is something similar. What is going to help me to do the thing that I need to do? And I really think about all kinds of sensory things here. Sometimes I use music. Sometimes I use a podcast. Sometimes I use a photograph. I give myself a reward. Sometimes I'll say to my partner, will you make us a cup of tea so it's ready, like when I get back? And that that is joyful sometimes, that sense of, oh, brilliant, I'm going to really run fast today, or some expensive shower gel that I've been holding back. I'm like, I'm going to put that in my shower today. I know it's only a random Thursday, but that's the mood today. That's what I'm going for. So really visualizing that bigger power is so powerful. I think it's important to prepare for uncertainty. So yes, I have run for the last 47 days, and I would like to continue that as a lifelong commitment. There we go. I've said it. However, if I get flu or have neurovirus or something happens completely out of my control, I am open to the fact that I may not be able to do that. I may not be able to run. And so I have to get imaginative as to how I can work that in my head. And my main thing is, if I fall off track or if I need a couple of days for whatever it might be, my aim is to then get back on it quickly. Not just say, 6 months ago I was doing this thing. I mean, obviously, if the thing, whatever it is, takes 6 months, sure. But generally, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I did that thing and I've just never found the motivation. My thing is like, get back on the bike or the run ASAP. And be imaginative and creative in terms of how you do this. And I've really figured out that running in the morning is my thing. That's my preferred time. But there have been days where I've had to do it at 4:30, and in January or December, that's not ideal. That's not when I want to be doing it. But again, going back to how am I going to feel if I actually do the thing, sometimes you've just got to get it done. Which leads me on to my final point. I think that we put so much expectation, or I did, let me talk for myself, expectation on that it's going to feel great every day. And there's so much around the internet about this, like live your dream life or create your dream job and you'll never work a day in your life and all of this stuff. However, I found that some days in terms of the running, and maybe in terms of my work sometimes as well, they're very mundane. They're very run-of-the-mill. Nothing particularly exciting or profound happens. It's just part of the process. And that is fine as well. And one thing that I've found is, if I just continue to do it anyway and get it done, the days where, like today, I did a PB, because I'm talking like an athlete, I did a PB, I felt literally all the things that I'd stacked for the last 47 days, and I got that euphoric, oh my goodness, I've got some power in my legs. I can do this. I can do this. And you will get those days where things feel like they're falling into place. But also you'll get those days which are very lukewarm, and you may be on your soundboard of voices, though that rabble of, it's not working, it's not happening quick enough, look at that person, all that stuff, they're the loudest. So it's a process. It is a process. And I really dislike it when people on the internet just say that it's going to be easy once you've made a decision. I really doubt that. You're always going to get challenges or setbacks or busyness in your head. And it's a journey. It's a relationship. And the growth is in the process. That's it for today. Let me know what you are working on, and what help do you need? Maybe there's a book or a podcast that I can recommend. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you want to do this. Maybe you want to work with me over a longer period of time. Maybe you want accountability. Maybe you want support. Maybe you want to make amazing growth in your business happen. I'm here for all of it. So let me know if I can help. I will. If you haven't checked out my freebies, absolutely do. There's so much on my website. There's 3 5-day courses, one on money, one on speaking, one on goals, and they're a great place to start as well. Lots of love and thank you for watching. Please subscribe and all of that good stuff. Follow along and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye.